Do you really know how to call 911? Today's topic is what to do when you call 911. But before we get into that, I'm your co-owner, Joel Matos of Alpha Security Academy, Protection, and AlphaCalibre. Today we have the privilege of having our supervisor here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jose de la Cruz. I'm the field supervisor for AlphaCalibre Security.
Perfect. So what should we do when an emergency happens? When you need help, you need someone to get there. Let me ask you, have you ever called 911?
Almost every night.
Every night, every
I have to
shift?
call. Every shift.
I
Multiple
think
times a night.
for those of you that are watching, if you have never called 911, consider yourself fortunate.
Yeah.
Because emergencies happen every day, every minute, every hour. And there's only very few of us that have not called 911 in our life.
And obviously, when you call 911, you're not having a good moment. You're under stress, and obviously something is happening. You don't want to call 911.
I think that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
911 is an emergency, and it's something you call when you're going through potentially the worst time of your life.
Correct.
It's usually not a happy moment, usually not a good moment, but you need help, and you call the resource of 911. So what happens after we call 911? Does the line get recorded? Tell us a little about that.
Yes, everything is going to be recorded. Everything you say can be used later, and it depends. And also, everything you say that's gonna guide the whoever you're calling is could be police, fire department. That's exactly how they're gonna respond.
The call is going to be based off of that.
It's based off of that, yes.
So just some common examples: a car crash, breaking and entry, a death, a murder, a slip and fall. There's so many different reasons. But like you mentioned, as soon as they connect that call and they answer the phone and say 901, how can I help you? That recording is live.
Yes.
Most people don't realize what that in details. Having that call recorded can be good and also bad.
Yep.
When people are in an emergency situation, are they thinking logically or emotional?
No, you are under stress. You are not thinking clearly. There is a lot that you are not. They have some questions that you don't have the answer at the moment because your mind is somewhere else. You're under stress. You don't know what to do. That's exactly why you're calling 911 because everything got out of hands.
Yeah.
And then you need support. You don't have all the answers.
You don't
know
have
what
all answers and emotions, and you're going through quite a traumatic situation. So imagine that your house got broken into and one of your family members got injured because of that incident. You're not thinking logically. You're thinking emotionally. You're thinking, what am I going to do? The words that are coming out of your mouth, they're really important. I want to break into the scenario of a home invasion. You've had to use deadly force to protect yourself or your family. The words you say, why is that important? Or how you say them?
As we said before, because anything you say can be used against you later.
So I want to do an example. I shot the guy. I killed the guy. The guy's dead.
Yeah.
Is that something we should be
That's
saying over
something you
911?
should be saying. You should be saying, you should have started with why you did that. And how do you feel about it? Like, I feel for my life. You broke in. I had my
But I
kids
want to
at
offer
home.
another key important, if for whatever reason you have to mention that, never say I shot the guy, I killed the guy, he got what he deserved.
Yep.
Don't do that. That's your emotions.
They don't know who you shot. They don't know who's the guy on the other side. You have to explain first who was the other person or what was the other person doing. Because I shot the guy. If you're on the other side of the phone, you're okay. You shot who and why?
Yeah.
They don't know. 911. They don't. You have to explain them what's going on in the room. They don't understand. That's you need
So
to.
this advice I'm giving you as a law enforcement instructor, firearm instructor, and also as a security instructor,
Yep.
we shoot to stop the threat.
Yep.
It takes quite a lot of training for both security and law enforcement to control the words that come out of the mouth, because in the heat of the moment, it's easy to say, "Hey, I killed the guy, I shot the guy," but when you use those kind of words, the court or the juries, they could use that as an interpretation that you intentionally
Mm-hmm.
did something.
Yeah.
So the word "I killed someone" or he got what he deserved, it makes it seem premeditated, intentional.
Yep.
So here we teach, no, I stopped the threat.
Yep. When you call 911, the best way to go is using less is more.
Exactly.
You call 911, you let them know what happened and let them know what do you need when it comes like we say police, fire department, or ambulance. And once the officer or whoever's going to ride, once they're there, let them handle that. Because once you have a person talking to you, you already slow down a little bit. They're gonna guide you, or you're gonna be able to explain a little better. But when you say that on 911, the person on the phone is like they don't understand.
Yeah.
So
I
I would
like that
say
saying,
less is more
less and more. And
when
many
you call
criminal
911.
attorneys agree with that. Some criminal attorneys will say, hey, just shut up.
Yeah,
Don't talk.
don't talk.
It sounds silly, but it has a lot of sense behind it because your emotions are running high. I'm going to give you another tip of advice that I've learned from a lot of professionals, including law enforcement. Have someone else call.
Yeah.
Why is that important to have someone else call, especially in the security field?
Well, in this as security, let's say you handle a situation, you have somebody else that can make the call. You are under stress. Probably the other person is calm. They can step away of the situation to call while you doing whatever you're
Manage the
doing.
situation.
Let's say you handle 2 or 3 guys at the same time. You won't be able to call because you got to pay attention what's going on in the room. The other person might be able to step out and call. And sometimes when you call 911 from home, it's easier. Or it's just you know your address
Yeah.
on top of your head. But when you outside working somewhere, you know always the address. So the first thing you have to the first question would be, what's your address?
When you're out in the field, it takes a little bit longer to
Yeah,
calm down
calm down.
and
Yeah.
take it step by step.
hmm
But
And I see myself inside an apartment, and they're asking me, "What's your address?" And oh man, and now I have to step outside and look at the number or anything. So probably the other person, it might be able to do that.
when you work in an apartment complex scenario, when you walked in the building, you might have known it's building 26.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're checking different floors and different buildings,
Yeah,
you may easily forget you're building 26 and
it
you
might
give
be
them
a
the wrong
huge
address.
building. It has building 26, but what part of the building are you?
Yeah.
It's different.
But especially from a security standpoint, from a law enforcement standpoint, or anybody who considers himself a leadership like protection responsibility, church security,
Mm-hmm.
have someone else call.
Yep.
Because when you have someone else call, you're removing the emotions
Yep.
that you're going through. But also, like you said, you have a dangerous situation in front of you that as a security officer, you're trying to enforce or protect or just handle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine having a phone and, telling me, hey, stay back, or hey, that's the same thing. I'm going to go even a step further. Even if you have a Bluetooth on
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to handle a situation, you have all these questions coming in while you're trying to handle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Hands free.
Yep.
Say, hey, pastor, or hey, deacon, can you call 911?
Yep.
Or hey, a resident, can you do that favor for me?
As we say first, everything is being recorded, and you probably talking to the person in front of you, but 911 are listening to everything, and then they asking you a question, but you're talking to this guy on the other side, and everything is gonna
Yeah.
if you have the chance to have somebody else, we recommend it 100%.
Always. I
Oh,
always recommend.
oh.
That's the number one chance you get.
When we as security, when we walk in on the field and there is more than one guy, that's always what we do. We keep one guy handling the situation, and the other guy step outside and make the call all the time. That's how we do it. When we have, obviously, sometimes you're working by yourself,
Yeah.
but if you have the chance, that's the way to go.
If you have the chance, and of course, when you have the chance and there's a group of people, we pick the most responsible person. You're not going to pick the 3-year-old that's there and say,
No, correct.
but you
Mhm.
pick, an adult. You pick somebody responsible, somebody that you think could do the job of calling 911.
Yeah, correct. And especially, uh, we work in a Hispanic community. Um, we have a guy, that probably doesn't have the best English. Definitely, you don't want that guy to call because you
Yeah.
need a guy that be able to communicate and say clear words on 911. That's another thing that you have to think of.
And these
'cause
are decisions
it's
you have
real
to make
situation.
when you pick someone.
Yep.
When we look at a security officer or
Mhm.
somebody that's a protector of a church or even protector of your own household,
Yeah.
you have to consider yourself a leader. You
Yeah.
have to lead by example. Being a leader doesn't mean you do everything yourself. It means you delegate responsibility.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, they clash with that because they want to do it themselves. No, I could call the best, and no, I can handle it the best. But if you do it yourself, you're not really managing that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So delegating, including delegating that big part to someone else, is very important.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how many questions do they ask you when you call 911?
Millions of questions. They non-stops on questions.
And they keep coming and coming.
They keep coming and coming. I see myself calling 911 and they be asked questions until the officers arrive. And some of the questions people like, wow, like, why are you really asking me?
And for somebody
that
who calls
right now,
every night,
hmm
you have a good experience,
Yeah.
with what kind of questions. And I believe some of the, they do a very good job of keeping you on the phone.
Correct.
That's the
Yes.
job of 911, to keep you on the phone from start to finish.
Correct.
But tell me some of the out there questions they ask you. I say out there because I believe some of the questions have no relevance.
Yeah. Well, as we say, some questions you understand that this is stuff that they need to go. When I'm working and obviously they will ask me. Obviously, on my case, I have to let them know that I'm on the security from this property. So they will ask me, "What are you? What are you dressed?" They ask you, "Are you Hispanic, Black, or
Yeah.
any other?" They will ask you that as well. It sounds,
Yeah.
it sounds bad,
Well,
but
it's important to know. When they arrive,
Very
they know
important
that
to
you're
know.
wearing a blue shirt, you're
correct.
Hispanic.
I have to let them know. I have a tactical vest. I have a duty belt. I have my pistol on me. I have to let them know all that because they need to identify who called at the moment they arrive. And obviously, they need to know once they arrive, it's going to be a person on uniform so they don't get confused.
This way,
what's
the
going on.
responding officer has all that image description of what you look like.
Yep.
I'm going to go a step further. Both before and current, I've been on the field plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
I've had them ask me. It's always on the operator. You'll have some operators who are great, who are excellent.
Yeah.
You have some operators that maybe don't handle the situation like they should on the phone.
Yeah.
What kind of gun do you have?
Yeah.
How many bullets do you have?
Yeah.
Those questions.
Yeah.
They go a
What are
little
you
bit further.
doing right now? Are you inside? Are you
Yeah.
outside? What are they doing? If you just describing a situation, they'd be like, oh, what are they doing right now? And you'd be like, hey,
I've had one operator ask me
Yeah.
how many bullets, what capacity is
yeah.
my firearm.
yeah.
And for me, I'm like, what relevance does it have?
Do
It's
you have
a
just one
firearm.
gun? Do you have multiple guns?
How many magazines do you have?
Magazines, stuff like that. It's as you say. It depends. It depends on the person on the other side. Because I have a operators. They just let me know. Listen, I need to keep you on the phone until they arrive. And I believe that's because asking all that question, you are stressing out the person who already have a situation that is going on. So I have calls when they actually just told me, "Hey, I got all your answers right now. Just stay on the phone with me until they arrive. And if something's happening, just let me know, and we'll stay quiet on the phone." And I believe that's
I believe that's a great operator.
That's a great operator, but some of them
I've
just.
had an operator on the phone that I'm giving instructions to the subject, to the bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm raising my voice and I'm being assertive. And the operator I had at that time decided to tell me, hey, officer, step back. Officer, holster your firearm. They're telling me to do that without knowing the situation.
No, no.
And that operator left me speechless. And in that moment, I actually decided to hang up on that operator.
Oh yeah.
So
Sometimes
that's,
you have to. Though.
yeah, sometimes you have
They're
to.
stressing you out. Yes.
So that's the next part that we're going to go into.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're by yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you have no other reliable person to count on, it's like, hey, can you call 911? Then who has to call? You have to call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you call, it's already purpose driven. You're saying, hey, I'm at this address. Hey, I'm in front of this building. Hey, I have a suspect here who's armed. I need police. I need medical. Send it to me at this address.
Yeah.
You have to be very detailed. You know, you have to tell them what you want, how you want it, what's the situation. And after initially you did all of that, sometimes you may have to hang up.
Yep.
Because again,
sometimes you need it. Is the person on the other
Yes.
side stressing you out?
if you don't have a great operator that says,
Yeah.
okay, I got everything, just keep
Mhm.
the phone to the side.
Yeah, keep the phone to the side. You can put it on your backup, but just let me listen to what's going on, because as we say first, they're recording and they
Yep.
want to hear everything in the room. But yes, sometimes you have to hang
Yeah.
up the phone because this other person is adding more stress on you that you already have. And especially I heard that before when they say holster your firearm. My firearm is out for a reason.
Yeah.
Right now, what are you talking about? Why are you telling me to put my gun away? Yes, I understand. Once the officers arrive, I will
No.
holster my gun because they're gonna handle the situation. But until they're here, I keep it outside. And
But as a security officer, that you know, not only are we in the authority to do so if we're in a dangerous situation,
well,
911 should not dictate what you do as a professional.
no,
They're a good advice, they're a good resource, but as a professional, that you're by yourself and you're defending your life or someone else's life, I've heard that time and time again that they try to dictate the actions. So when you know the laws, when you know what the situation is, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
In those 5, 10, 15 minutes, you're by yourself. Once the situation is controlled, once law enforcement arrives, then it's more of a, hey, this is your situation now.
Yep.
But when we're on the scene, it's our situation and we have to do so correctly. So I think that's a good example of a great operator.
Yes.
Say, hey, I got everything. Hey, just keep me on the side. Or, hey, if you need anything, let me know or update me. But I think it's hit or miss. Every call, you get a different person, different level of experience. You know, nonetheless, it's a great resource. But this is the professional tip that many have to learn the hard way.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to hang up.
In my situation, as I said before, I call 911 almost every night, and I have some calls when they pick the phone on the other side. They actually pick up the phone saying my name, and because obviously I call so many times, they probably
They're
see it on the
registered already.
system, registered on the system. Sometimes they call me by my name. When I heard that, I already know it's gonna be an easy call.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this person already know how I do my job, or they already know what I'm doing.
Many times like that, they already have your description.
They already have
your
my
uniform,
description.
everything.
Yes. And I just gotta let them know what's the address and what's happening, and they will answer super quick.
Yeah.
It's, as you say, it depends on who's on the other side.
It greatly depends.
Yeah.
So that's a professional tip that mostly anyone working as a professional security officer, as a law enforcement, or someone who has a leadership role in the community will learn how to manage. You have to learn how to control and manage that situation, including the phone call.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the civilian side. The civilian side does not train to manage those calls, to manage the emotion. It's pure panic a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main difference between a civilian, law enforcement, or security officer is that we train, we're purpose driven. Saying, hey, this is the address, I need this, this, and this, and this. Versus a civilian will vent and give everything out and say things that not intentionally meant to say because
Yeah.
emotions are
Well,
running high.
you're calling 911 and probably it's your first time doing it.
Yeah.
You don't know what to say. You don't know, so even if what do you need? Police, fire. You don't even know how to answer that question because all the stress
Yeah.
that you have. Yes, for civilians,
I think
it's
that's a good point. If we have some viewers out there that haven't called 911,
yeah.
believe me, one day you will. And we hope that this lesson that we're giving could help you
Mm-hmm.
respond to an emergency,
Yeah.
from the moment that you call. So it starts with the mindset, it starts with communication. These are tips and tools that could help you overcome. So to have a summary of this podcast, anyone listening, be brief, be short, be simple. I've also heard people on the calls that they try to be sophisticated or they try to alter the story. No, don't
Oh
alter the
yeah.
story.
No.
You want to tell the truth, but you want to give enough of the truth that that's it.
Yeah.
That's what you have an attorney for. That's what, you're going to have the police report. Because not only are you going to say it when you call, but when the police arrive, they're going to ask you the exact same questions many
And
times.
they're gonna talk to you and the other person, and they're gonna put everything together, and they're gonna find out that you altered it on spot. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They do this every day. You shouldn't be say keywords, say key information, address, what's happening, what you need, and
To the point.
It goes straight to the point. You don't need to explain. I have seen people calling, oh, this is my ex-boyfriend. He's mad at me because I did this and that. No. They don't need to know all that.
Yeah.
Go straight to the point. What you need. What is your boyfriend doing? Oh, he's trying to hit me with a bat.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say. And obviously, like I said before, have your address ready.
Yes.
The first thing you should say is the address. Why? Because sometimes they are responding to the call while you're talking.
Yeah.
So if you say your address first,
they'll get you
they
a lot
say
quicker.
somebody on the way while they're getting all the information. So first thing is always the address. When I have a new security field, I let them know before you call 911. First thing you need to know is your address. That's the first thing you have to say.
And like you said, I think getting to the point is also important. It's kind of like emphasizing.
Yeah.
That example with the boyfriend, girlfriend, imagine, oh, yeah, he's my ex-boyfriend. We broke up. We have 3 kids. He's not paying me child support.
Yeah.
He's not a good person. All of that kind of deludes the call.
Yeah.
But if you call and say, hey, he is a bat and he's attempting to swing it at me, I feel threatened for my life, it gives that call importance. Whenever you don't give the call a purpose, that call's on standby because that operator is determining, hey, do they need a therapist? Do they need a doctor?
Yeah.
Do they need,
Is this a real emergency?
Is this a real emergency or should I, bypass it to an actual emergency?
Correct. Yes.
So when you go to the purpose,
you're gonna get the chance to tell your part of the history because once the police arrive and everything is gone, they're gonna talk to you and they're gonna talk to the other person. And
when the police arrive, I think they need to tell him, hey, he's not paying child support.
Yeah, that's
hey,
what
he's a bad guy. But
because they're gonna ask all the questions. But what we're talking here is that you need them to be there
in the moment
as soon as possible. So don't delay the call. Go straight to the point. What do you need? Once they arrive and everybody's safe, that's when you have the chance to tell part of the history and how you got there.
Yeah. So all of these are very important. I hope that this helps a lot of people because these little tips are not commonly known.
No, yeah.
People think they just pick up the phone and say, hey, this is my story. This is what's going on. There's a lot more behind it. From the phone call being recorded to everything being used against you to the words you say, everything.
Sit at home, sit at the table with your wife, with your kids, and create your plan. let's say somebody break into the house, what are we going to do? Who's going to handle the problem, and who's going to handle the call?
Yeah.
That's something that you should be, you should plan with your family. You should sit at the table. Listen, somebody break the front door. I'll go and handle that while the wife go to the room and make the call. If one of your kids they big enough, they good talking, you can have one of your kids
Yeah.
to
That's
make
also
the
very
call.
important. Having roles and
Yeah,
responsibility
if they
within
know
your
how to
household.
communicate, you can have your kids to make the call.
Saying, hey, if
Yeah,
something happens, you're the designated person to
yeah.
call.
They have a phone, especially kids nowadays. They always carry a phone everywhere they go. If your son, your daughter know how to talk, they good
And these kind of
communicating.
situations are good, like role playing.
Yeah,
You can role play in your house. If
yeah,
this happens, what are we going to do? How are we going to respond? Being prepared for the worst day
yeah,
is something greatly to your advantage.
yeah. You need to be prepared, because when you call 911, as we said before, is because you are not having a good moment,
Yeah.
and you need to get ready for those times.
So, to our viewers that are watching us, thank you for joining us. These tips could save your life. These tips are important. We'll see you in the next channel. We're going to have a lot more of these topics about not just 911, but what to do after. We're also going to include some criminal attorneys on this show. What to do after a deadly force encounter. So these kind of topics are important, and we're going to learn a lot of things. And stay smart, stay wise, stay focused. Thanks for joining us.